When we started designing Shark 15 years ago, one of the main aspects that we focused on from the very beginning is to make sure that Shark becomes one of the safest aircraft in the world in our category. In the first episode of this mini-series, we showed you the first set of safety features of Shark. In this second episode, you will see another set of features making Shark one of the safest aircraft in its category.
If you have electric failure, you can have a problem. Electric failure means you have not power from the generator, you have not power from the battery. Battery is switched off, and you see this is still working, yeah? Because this have its backup battery, so we can let it stay on and battery will run it next 1 hour. So you have flight data, you have GPS, you have engine data. You can have as well problem with the screen, not just with electric power. In the case, the screen will die. So we switch off the power. We have no electric from the outside, from the engine and from the battery. Screen will die. Oof. We still have the backup instruments, and here is a small EFIS in 80 millimeters. We install mostly the Oblo from Italian flybox, and you have full flight data, speed, altitude, vario, artificial horizon, ball, compass, G-meter. It again has its backup battery, and you are able to fly next 1 hour, maybe more.
Because Shark is very fast airplane, we paid big attention to flutter phenomena. Because of that, the elevator is 100% balanced, and although all control surfaces are hinged at 3 points.
If you lose can be danger for the next flight, always we use 3 hinges, not just 2 hinges. And you see as well on our flap system 3 hinges, because we understand it like more safe. We have really large, quite big surface of trim top. On the prototype it was something like this, and we doubled it after the first tests. We was trying to handle the rules which require to be fully trimmed aircraft even on the low speed with the flaps, and plus we added next system to handle this with flaps. When we are opening flaps, there is spring system which brings the force to the elevator control, and when you are opening flaps, elevator is in really pulled little out. This was primary to solve this problem with the trimming on the low speed, but secondary effect of this is that Shark, when you open flap, need not trimming, so it has auto trim feature. When we worked on certification of Shark for new 600 kilo category in Czech, even in Germany, there is one significant difference to the old rules, that is mandatory define the weight on the front, on the both seats in the aircraft. So for us it means even in the front seat or even on the rear seat. In Czech rules it is 100 kilo, and in German rules it is 110 kilo. To handle this, I was working about 1 year to find solution to stay within the CG limits which were defined by the rules, some properties of the aircraft. And the solution for us was to use the movable ballast. Movable ballast means that we have 6 kilogram weight, which is placed in the front on in the motor cowling or in the baggage. And the rule is very simple. If you are in aircraft solo, this weight is placed in baggage. If you are 2 persons in aircraft, you have to place the weight to the front. And this flag is visible for the pilot, so he can check. It indicates him that ballast is placed in the front. Plus he has on the panel as well electronic indicator. There is LED which show him if it is placed in the front or in the back. This reduce the CG travel about 4% of the aircraft, so we stay in the limits even with 110 kilo person on the rear seat. We understand this, that it can significantly improve the safety of the aircraft.
My favorite safety feature of Shark is that I can see the pitot cover from the cockpit.
One of the problems in the flying can be icing, and part of the icing problem is icing of the carburetors. One of the possible solutions is to preheat air which enters the carburetor. Next possible solution is preheat the body of the metal body of the carburetors which we use. Here are installed the water heaters which take the hot water from the system. Here is part where circulates this hot water, and the metal body of the carburetor is preheated directly with the hot water. In the system is as well simple valve, so if you fly in summer in really hot days, so preheating is not a problem, so you just switch it off for the summer, and for winter flying we switch it on. We open valve, that's all. Next problem or possible problem which we was solving in the past was vapor lock. The vapor lock typically comes when engine is running and then is stopped. So if you are on the ground and you switch off the engine, so heat which is inside is dissipated, and it heat up the air below the cowlings, and as well it heat up the fuel which is in the system, and it can start to boil. We made three modifications to prevent or to improve, increase the safety. One is we change the routing of the hoses. Let the hose where is return line is in the most upper position. If there is bubble in the system, let it goes back to the fuel tank. Next was that we installed below the motor cowling temperature sensors. One temperature indicated is temperature below the motor cowling, which is typically 15 to 20 degrees Celsius higher than outside temperature. And the next sensor is direct on the fuel hose. Normally there is no difference, minimum difference. And we have adjusted on the screen the warnings. If temperature reach 60 degrees of Celsius, you have yellow, and if it reaches 70 degrees of Celsius, it switches to the red, and you have hard warning about the vapor lock, because most probably vapor lock will come. Vapor lock is problem of the automotive fuel, not of the avgas, because there is alcohol, and the more alcohol is the system, the lower boiling temperature of the fuel. The next point which we made is that in the cowling we have oil doors we installed with a spring. Vapor lock is problem always on the ground, never in the air, because in the flight you have enough cooling. On the ground you can overheat the system, and so in the hot days we recommend to keep the oil doors opened, don't close it, and the system works that on the ground when aircraft is staying, the doors are fully open, so you have improved ventilation of the space below the cowling, and in flight, airstream, simple, close small doors, there still is gap about 2-3 centimeters, but everything is working, there is no problem. Just most people on the ground wave to you that you have forgot the close the doors, but notice intentionally to improve the ventilation of the engine compartment. Easy has maybe 70 hours in Shark. let he still not ready for solo, and let we protect some important switches. We have easy cover, and which protects on the rear seat the master, magnetos, and starter. Let he don't operate the aircraft if we don't want. I designed it because of the easy, but of course it can serve as well if, for instance, if you have the small kids on the rear seat which you have not exactly under control, so it's good to have the protected Z switches. Shell of the cockpit is produced like separate part on really quite complex mold.